How to write your yoga newsletter in 10 minutes using ChatGPT. Hi, I'm Lizzie Lassiter. This is Start Before You're Ready, episode number 5. Please use the link below this YouTube video to get on the list. You'll receive all the future videos from this series, and you'll know when I open up my mentorship to teach you in a group coaching setting everything that I'm showing you here, plus more. Okay, so step one is you're going to take out your journal. I like to set a timer for 10 minutes and free write. This is a place to mine my unconscious for what I want to say in my newsletter. And what I so often find, maybe you've heard that phrase, don't bury the lead, is like the first 1 to 5 paragraphs that I write, I can just delete. That's not the heart of the matter. I like to begin with the heart of the matter because, as you will see, what I'm going to write about today is attention. We live in such a fractured landscape of attention that when I send out a newsletter, I'm hoping to grab 30 seconds of my reader's attention. And I think it's my job as a writer to be really respectful and precise about what I'm offering them. So the first step is journaling to figure out what I'm going to say. Then let me share my screen with you. I'm using the ChatGPT app on my Mac. I've downloaded it. Um, and I'm on the $20 a month plan. So, okay, this is the little speech bubble. Now I can speak to her and she's going to transcribe what I'm saying. Hello there, ChatGPT. Today we're writing a newsletter. And I have a few ideas of what I want to say. So, writing is still the best way I know to communicate. In our landscape of fractured attention, I'm always asking myself, how can I communicate more precisely? One of the things I love to say to ChatGPT is make it more Hemingway. So this sense of communicating concisely is really important. Maybe actually, ChatGPT, this whole newsletter, I think it should be 150 words or less. It's going to be about attention. So, one thing I've written here and underlined is tending to attention. I think that'll be the subject line of the newsletter, tending to attention. Um, Communicating concisely is an act of respect for your reader, and it's about respecting their attention. Here are some practices that I use in my daily life to tend to and deepen my ability to pay attention. Seated meditation, Shavasana. Please spell it Savasana. Strength training with my breath. So somatic strength training, the way that we teach it at lassiter.yoga. Meals without my phone, spending time with friends without my phone, like going for a walk and keeping my phone in my pocket. Reading paper books, subscribing to the paper version of the New Yorker because it comes every week. And so it like reminds me every week to spend some time reading that. And that's a no phone activity. In general, just looking for no phone activities like sauna, like swimming, places where I know that I'm going to be separated from my devices. Asana practice, of course, huge one. Also, I wear an Apple Watch because of my heart. And so I need to sometimes check my heart rate and EKG. So what I do is I have it tell me when to stand up when I'm working after an hour. Like here, I've moved to my bouncy ball. So if I was working on my couch or at my table, and then it reminds me to bring attention to my physical body and switch my position. Okay, so ChatGPT, transcribe that, stay really closely to the words that I've used, and let's see what it looks like. Then I click the check mark, and ChatGPT is now going to transcribe everything that I just said blah, 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 in this big paragraph. Then I send it through, and then it gives me a draft, tending to attention. I, of course, read through this. Writing remains my clearest way to communicate in a landscape of fractured attention. I often ask myself, how can I say this more precisely? Communicating concisely is an act of respect for you, the reader, and for your attention. Here are a few practices I use to tend to mine. with friends, phone stays in my pocket, reading paper books, subscribing. Okay. Um, yeah. All right. So I like this. I think the length is good. Number one, please reorder the list of things I do to tend to my attention because like Shavasana should be the last one. Put it in an order that makes more sense. Um, and then I don't need this whole little part about using my Apple Watch when needed for heart health and let take out the heart health part, just letting it remind me to stand up and shift like what did I write? To stand up every hour so I can attend to my physical body. I like that. Okay. And then I think tending to my attention is really good. I think the first part, what I'm really trying to say here more is that um, attention is one of the most valuable resources we have. And in our landscape of digitally fractured attention, so let's not talk about writing. I don't think that's the core of what I'm saying. In our landscape of digitally fractured attention, um, I'm constantly returning or prioritizing the practices that help me tend to my attention. That's what I want the introduction to say more than this list. And then after, instead of how do you tend to your attention, um, let's add uh, here's a video I just recorded for my Start Before You're Ready series that you might enjoy about how to write a yoga newsletter in 10 minutes using ChatGPT. Spoiler alert, it's all about training our own attention when we write and being respectful of our readers' attention when we share. All right, let's see that. So now ChatGPT is going to transcribe what I've just written, the edits, and give me another version. In our landscape of digitally fractured attention, I'm constantly returning to the practices that help me tend to mine. Yeah, see, I think that's really nice. It's concise. Um, I really don't need to say anything else. And then here's a few that I keep coming back to. Meals without my phone, walks with my phone in my pocket, time with friends, no scrolling, reading paper books, subscribing to the paper New Yorker. Yes, yes. Sauna and swimming, naturally phone free, somatic strength training as we teach it. Okay, let me give her a couple notes. So as we instead of as we teach it at Yoga, somatic strength, the S in strength should be capitalized. Somatic strength training with my breath. Let's just say that. Asana practice, letting my Apple Watch remind me to stand up every hour so I can do my physical body. Let's say, and of course, Shavasana as the last one. Um, Perfect. Okay, and then take out the ChatGPT commentary above and below. This is a prompt I often get it. Give take off the ChatGPT commentary above and below so I can just copy paste this. And then let's add until next Sunday, comma, Lizzie. All right. So now there you have it. This is my newsletter, which I will Oh, wait a second. Wait, you lost. I liked that paragraph. We lost the here's the video I just recorded. Bring that back in at the end. Yeah, I like that. So she sometimes, of course, hallucinates, which is what it's called. So you always have to check over what it is. But for me, this is a really robust workflow that allows me to move from idea to content creation that I can share in hopefully 10 minutes or less, as I promised in this video. I personally see every single comment on my YouTube channel. Please comment below. Was this helpful? Did you try it out? Do you struggle with writing your yoga newsletter? Do you dread it? Do you feel like you should be writing more? I'd love to hear from you. And please subscribe to that list below, the Start Before You're Ready list. I'm so excited about this process of sharing with you the ways that I'm using AI tools and just tools in general. This is my yoga studio and my content creation studio. I am a yoga content creator. I am here for all of it. And I just am so grateful for your attention. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.